there.
Yeah.
Oh, well, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to Ladies Night. And as discussed last week, we're going to talk a little bit about fad diets. Fad diets. We've all done them. We've all been there, and we've all reaped the consequences. So, Miss Julie, can you share one of the fad diets that you've done in the past?
Yes, I have done the no carb. So you just eat whatever the heck you want. You could have steak, chicken, bacon, the fattiest cheeses. I've done that one. I've done which I think probably everybody has done, is they call it, I think, the Mayo Clinic diet. And it's the one where you have like nothing but fruit one day, vegetables another day, fruit and vegetables the next day, and then you're eating a 20-pound steak the next day, and amongst all those days you can have all the cabbage soup you want, and plus the bananas, so many bananas on certain days. So I've done that. Those are the two that I've really, you can't forget the Atkins diet. Tried that.
Yeah.
But I mean, other than that, the only other thing, which is not, I don't know if we would consider it a fad, because you can eat whatever you really want to, but you have to count your points. I've done Weight Watchers.
Same.
So you name it, I've probably tried it.
Okay. How about you, Megan?
Sorry, I had to put myself off mute. I've tried basically a lot of liquid diets. The kind of off name brand, I would say. But I've been hearing more about the fasting diets right now. That's what I've been hearing, and which is a little concerning, since I don't know enough about it. But same time as though, that's why those ones I was concerned with, is the fasting diets, and how you eat a light meal all day long and then you just stop eating at a certain time, which is fine. I understand after 8 o'clock, or you don't want to have food in your stomach when you go to bed. I understand that part, but.
Got you. Yes. And I too have done quite the array. I've done eat as much fat as you possibly can, because that's obviously healthy for you and your skin. I've tried the cabbage diet. I've tried the counting the points system, like Julie said, which is so much fun when you're going to a restaurant that's not in their little book that you had to pay $40 for. I've eaten somebody else's, you ordered the food online, but it's supposed to be a diet. I can't remember what that one is. Really, they're just an overpriced grocery store that gives you bad food. Because I tried this person's stuff and I'm like, so this is your meal? This is your meal? It was disgusting. So yes, I have been there too. I have tried an arsenal of things, and to no avail. And tonight we're going to talk a little bit about what does that do to our body. Tonight we're gonna talk about alternative solutions and things that are going to work. And I'm even going to talk within our program some things that I've learned along the way. Because well, personally, I utilize the TLS systems, transitional life system. And we're going to go into that a little bit, and I'm going to share a little bit about that. But Julie, what would you say was the number one obstacle that you had with these fad diets?
I would have to say the biggest thing is I would sometimes I would lose a lot of weight quick, but then as soon as you added, especially for the one with the high fat, as soon as you would add any carbohydrates, boom, the weight was coming right back on. The cabbage soup. Oh my gosh, talk about stomach issues, because once you just get so sick on that one, because your body is just being flipped upside down, and you go from eating fruits and vegetables to eating like I said, a 100-pound steak, so your body, you get, so your body's just like shocked, and it doesn't know what to do. And it's like, one, you gain the weight back as soon as you stop doing it, and two, the high fat one, we all know about, the bowel issues, going with that. You start getting, everything kind of hardens up, and you can't go to the bathroom anymore. And, so there's all kinds of stuff that I went through, all of those things. And then, it's crazy, because when you're doing something to your body and it's going, what are you doing? You end up with all kinds of issues.
How about you, Megan? What kind of obstacles did you have with some of the things you've tried?
My main thing was just stomach issues, and headaches, and it would always go up and down with things all the time. So nothing really worked. I have to agree with, with Julie, with what she said about the stomach thing. Like, yeah, you can't keep a job with that stomach issue. I'll say that.
Yeah, and I even tried like diet pills, but as soon as you ran out of the diet pills, like you gained everything back, so even that wasn't a success. And I'm not going to call this a fad diet, because it's really a tool, but I even know people who went through like gastric sleeves, and they lost some weight, but then either A, their body doesn't tolerate having the sleeve, or B, you have to go in and kind of like have that adjusted. So like you're now completely, you want to talk about, sorry, this just hit me and I'm really sorry for the squirrel, but you want to talk about a doctor making sure that they have residual, like patients coming in on the regular. That's one, because they have to come in every so often to get it adjusted, right? So many people that I know who had the sleeves ended up gaining it all back. Even my girlfriend who had gastric bypass, she did great. She lost like 100 pounds or more. But then she would go back to those old habits. She actually, once she started living the TLS lifestyle, was able to actually get her weight under control and keep it under control. So, there's a lot of different things out there. There's a lot of people screaming their greatest, their most amazing thing that they got going, right? I like to go with science-based. So that's really important for me, research-driven. And I like to go with longevity. You know what I mean? I want to know like what's working, what's scientifically proven, and what's going to last the long haul. With all of that being said, if you don't do said program, then you won't have said benefits. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen here. And I wanted to take a minute and thank Megan for really kind of bringing this out to fruition for us all, so that way we could really learn and grow in this topic. And I am not sharing my screen, so let me try this share. Oh, okay, I am sharing my screen. Perfect. Okay, so what we're going to talk about, amongst all the dog barking, sorry, is the TLS Weight Loss Solution, which is a transitions lifestyle system. Please take note of the word lifestyle. That's a very important word in this whole thing. This is not, oh my gosh, I'm going to do this for 12 weeks. I'm going to lose a bunch of weight, and then I'm going to go back to the lifestyle or behaviors that I was doing before and be able to keep all that weight off. That is not how this works. This is adopting a new lifestyle, a new healthier you. But what I'm hoping that you guys are going to appreciate is how easy it is to really adapt this lifestyle. So a lot, a lot of us struggle with weight, and what we found is that we're either we're doing too much for everyone else. We don't have that time. Like me, I don't like to cook. How many of you skip meals? Like, hello. Yes, I get so busy that I just like, you know what it is? Sometimes it's like I blinked and it was like half the day is gone. So that happens a lot. You're working, we're hitting the drive-through way more than we probably should. We're eating too much too often. We have out of control cravings. What about that soda? What about that alcohol? How many people have had that issue in the past? How many people just are like, I'm just so freaking stressed out. I can't even handle another thing in my life right now. So don't even talk to me. And that's okay if that's where you're at, but let's start to work on strategies to at least, get you a little bit closer to your healthy goals that you want. I've tried diets. Nothing has worked. I fall off the wagon. Hello. Like, is that not everyone? That is everyone. We've all been there, totally been there. And forgive me as I continue to like move my little peoples left and right to get them out of the way. When you share your screen and you start out with a screen, but then you have like a banner up here and a banner like over here, you just lose a little bit of it. So forgive me if I'm moving things around. So what are your goals? Is your goal to lose weight? If so, how much? Is your goal that you want to have a healthy relationship with food? Is your goal that you need to get more energy? You want to be healthier. You want to be stronger and leaner. Maybe you're an athlete and you want to increase your lean muscle mass. You want to be able to have better performance, better endurance, better recovery. What if really your goal is you just need all of those? Me. I need the whole kit and caboodle, please. Check, sign me up. For sure. And why diets don't work for the long term. You didn't fail at your diet. Your diet failed you. So what normally happens with diets is you're going to lose water, muscle, and sometimes you're even going to learn bone or lose bone density. You're not losing the fat. So your scale might be going, but guess what? You're not losing inches. You're not losing fat. You're not feeling the difference. Your pants aren't really getting any, smaller usually. You're just losing that weight. And basically all calories are not created equal. So counting calories really isn't the answer. They tell you what to eat, but they don't tell you how to eat, or they don't even explain why you're eating the way you're eating, or kind of like the whole mechanism of how your body utilizes the food that you're putting in. Oftentimes you're having neurologic or hormonal changes from depleting yourself of those calories, from eliminating entire food groups, or from hyper focusing on others. So there's a lot that can happen with the hormones that are in your brain that help your brain to be able to get the receptors that, one, it needs to eat, but also two, that it's full. And that's a big, huge thing. And then you have metabolic fluctuations, leading to even more weight gain once the diet is over. So what is our goal? Our goal with this program is we're going to boost your metabolism. We're going to lose fat, not muscle. So we aren't looking, many diets cause you to lose muscle. So it looks like you're losing weight, but you're not losing the right kind of weight. And that muscle dictates your metabolism. The less muscle you have, the slower your metabolism. And the more you have, the stronger your metabolism. And just kind of think about this minute. If I had a 5-pound, weight right here, we're just going to pretend this is a 5-pound weight. Okay. and I had that 5 pound of weight, or I had 5 pounds of tissue. Okay. Imagine how much tissue I would need to have 5 pounds, right? It's still 5 pounds. But wouldn't you want it to be solid? Wouldn't you want it to be compressed? Wouldn't you want it to have, put some muscle in the game there, ladies, versus 5 pounds of fatty fluff that's floating around in your system? We want to get to where we're not only more solid, but also we're becoming a metabolism boosting machine. And that's kind of the goal that we have. So we like to say that the TLS Transitions lifestyle system is for everybody. We are the most comprehensive program that's available today. And what makes us special, first of all, one of the things I love, there is no counting. This is amazing in my world. I cannot process counting stuff. Like, my brain doesn't work that way. I don't look at something and go, "Ooh, that's 30 points," or "Ooh, that's, 6,000 calories." Like, it doesn't really work that way. So there's no calorie counting. Love that. Especially because, when you're out and about, you're on the road, you're eating out, you're at a friend's house, you're at a picnic, like, there's not little signs that say how much calories everything is. And then you're eating real food. I think it was called Jenny Craig. When I ate that food that the lady had, it was disgusting. I'm like, you're going to eat this for like ever? Because, like, hello, that's the system you've signed up for. And she's like, no, I'm just eating it to get thin. I said, okay, so what happens when you stop eating it? Chirp, chirp. We have multiple plans. We have a solution for everybody. And it is so affordable. I've done the point system. I bought all the stinking little books, like, oh, I need that book and I need that book. And, oh, you're going to give me a little chip that says I did good this week. I bet I paid $20 for that little chip. But I'm excited because you gave me the little chip. This is not that. If you've done that and you love that program, good for you. It wasn't for me. Because they didn't really teach me. They didn't teach me what I needed to know to go out into the real world. So what are we? We're low glycemic impact eating. Which the impact part of this is actually pretty important. And we have 40 years of research that proves that this is the healthiest way to eat. It may help stabilize your blood sugar throughout the day. And I know, Megan, you could probably chime in on that one, stabilizing blood sugar.
Yeah. Yeah. You want me to tell you now?
Sure.
Okay, I was going to say that I have to always look at the carbs on. I not counting, but I did have to count when I first started my low glycemic diet, basically for my life. I could only have 45 carbs per meal. So that's like a slice of bread. That's even a bagel was 65 carbs per serving. And I was like, I can't even have a bagel or even a half a bagel. And if I do have a half a bagel, it has to be a quarter to even have just a piece of that and an egg. So, which is awful. So, but it was really helpful because it did bring my ACT1 down obviously with doing the TLS shakes. So that's what was the saving grace, was the TLS shakes, because they're low, I would say, glycemic, and also they have the protein in it, and they also make you full too. So I just basically went from food to the shakes.
So basically what Megan's talking about is and I, to this day, it's called educating, like when you're in the store or when you're making a food choice, don't look at the front of the package. Look at the nutritional part of the package. And once you learn how to quickly do the math and read those labels, so yes, that I guess is the counting I'm doing, is I'm reading the label to see if that's a good choice or not a good choice. and we walk you through that. We teach you how to do that. Do you know how many people I educate who are diabetics on a regular basis who look at the front of a package? Do you know, like, actually 90% of the people I educate, period, whether they have diabetes or not, they look at the front of a package and they see organic, they see healthy, they see whole grains, and instantly they're like, oh, that's a good, healthy choice. But when you turn it around and you read the label, you learn so much more, so much more. So we're going to help you to stabilize your blood sugar throughout the day, keeping your body in fat burning mode. Who does not want their body to be in fat burning mode? I personally want my body in fat burning mode. We focus on body composition. So our focus is on fat loss instead of weight loss, and an active lifestyle. Exercise is vital to achieving this. So, if you want to have some guns, we want to get you going. And it's okay if you don't have guns right now. It's okay if you're like, Kim, like literally, I get winded getting off the couch. It's okay. We got you, babe. We got you, because we're going to start you out, and then we're going to build, and we're going to build, and we're going to build. Julie, you want something? You got something for me, girl?
Yeah. I after our discussion last week, I got on the internet and went through one of our partner stores, Walmart, and I had to order some stuff anyway. And I was like, oh, let me see what I can find. And they even have stuff for us old people. I got on and I found a DVD, and it's for older adults and seniors, and it's called More Than Stretch. And it does a combination of stretching, strengthening, balance, posture, relaxation, and back maintenance. And it says senior fitness for good health. So I don't know if you can see that, but that's what awesome. I got. And it is, I believe, like an hour. So I haven't gotten it started yet because I'm still trying to play with my DVD player to figure out how to get it going. So, but I'm going to have to assume that you could pick stretching, that you could pick balance, you could pick whatever topic you want, or maybe do, maybe 2 different things or 3 different things, however much you want to do. So there's an idea for us older people. We're not seniors yet, but it does say for older adults. So that would be me. So right. Well, there's always something.
Julie, what I'm hearing is that, so first of all, take old out of the equation. Everyone is at a different level. And right. you could be 16 years old and getting winded getting off the couch.
Very true.
You can have a hard time getting off the toilet. Like this is where we are, people in this world. So let's not even put an age to it. Let's put an ability to it. Where I'm at is right here. And I'm going to build and build and build and build. And I love that. Yes. You tell me you're in a wheelchair, baby, we got chair aerobics.
Yep. And you know what? The funny thing is they had videos for that online too. So they have it out there if you look.
I love that. And the other thing that I want to just kind of piggyback on that, I have a saying, what is in motion stays in motion. So movement, any kind of movement is so important, because and I see this all the time as a nurse. I see this, like somebody falls, they break their hip, and then they stop moving. And then they have bigger issues, so keep moving. Even if it's only, I can do just this much today, that's okay, because you know what? That was this much more than you did yesterday. And we're going to build on that. Now we're going to move into, we have science-based supplementation, which are supported by science. And they are really designed to enhance and accelerate your results. So this is not a diet pill. So let me just be clear about that. The supplements are not a diet pill. They are to support your body while you're on your journey. And they're going to address unique parts to get you to your optimum health and your optimum weight. And we have some amazing, amazing supplements, and we're going to go into those here in a minute. And then education. Oh my gosh, this is the part that was really missing in so many of those things. They would say, if you eat this, it's 20 points. But they didn't tell me, what does this do in my body? So like I don't know about you, but I was the person who was like, chocolate chip cookie is this many points. I really want that. And I suppose I'll have, like a salad for dinner, so.
I was the kind, Kim, if you remember when you were counting points, if you didn't use all your points, then you could bank those points. Well, that was my cheat day. All my banked points.
Julia literally starves herself all week so that she can have the chocolate cake.
I literally ate the
I love that
minimum
plan.
all week. And then comes the weekend, whatever day it was either, okay, it's pizza night or it's ice cream night, so I banked all those points so that it was a day of whatever the heck I wanted.
And let's take a second and pause and think. When we get to the sugar slide, we're going to kind of use that as a good scenario to talk about what you were doing actually to your body in that process. So the goal is, when you understand why you're doing what you're doing, then you can actually make permanent positive changes. And what I tell people is, it's not you're going to withhold yourself from food. That's not the relationship we have here. It's how can I either get a healthy alternative? So like chocolate cake, oh girl, I got a recipe for you. And it is so good, so good. So like, how can I get a healthy alternative? Or I'm making a cognitive decision because I'm having a healthy relationship with food, that I can look at that and say, you know what, I'm going to have that. And I know I'm leaving fat burning mode, but that's okay. That's okay, because I'm cognitively making that decision. I'm not letting food control me. I'm controlling my relationship with that food. Sorry. Let's see. First it was my husband. Now it's my son. This is how we do it, ladies. We do it on the go.
That's right.
All right. So we have 4 components to the success of TLS. It's that high impact, low glycemic eating. It's the body compensation. It's the science-based supplementation, and it's the education. So huge, huge, huge. Here is the slide. This slide brings a lot into perspective. Okay. So first and foremost, you have your blue is good, red is nay, no good. So when you're leading a low glycemic impact lifestyle, it's not hard. It's really not hard. And here's like a little quick effect of how you're doing it. So so you got your blood sugar level is cruising along. We're at 1. We're in fat burning mode. We're losing optimal weight loss. We're eating good, low and medium glycemic foods. Everything is going good. And then we decide we're at work, and somebody brought in a cupcake, and you don't want to be rude and not partake of the birthday cupcake. All 3 of us work at home, so the only person we're going to be offending is ourselves, but we're just going to call it what it is. You have a spike in your sugar. So now we went from 3 to 4. Our sugar has gone up. We are now no longer in fat burning mode. What happens in your body is your body goes, if you create your own insulin, so even type 2 diabetics, you do create your own insulin. Type 1 diabetics, you do not. But what will happen is your body is going to go, whoo, that's a lot of sugar, sister. And it's going to start to pour on a hormone called insulin. Then your sugar is going to go down here to number 5. Now, this is where you start to get a little hangry. You start to be a little irritable. You start to just drive people crazy. You have no energy and you are done. And you're like, I got to get something to eat. Now, usually you're going for something that is going to quickly get in your system and not make you feel that way. So a lot of people would be, grabbing a candy bar at this point, and they're just going to keep doing 4 and 5 and 4 and 5 and 4 and 5 and 4 and 5, and they're going to wonder why they feel like they're psychotic. You're not psychotic. Your sugars are just all out of control. And the worst part is every time your hormone insulin has to come in and save the day, guess what? Then your body starts to develop what we call an insulin resistancy. It starts to go, I'm really tired. This person's driving me crazy. Like, why does she keep eating that gosh darn stuff? And I have to keep working so hard. So they start being a little less effective and a little less effective. And then eventually what happens is you start to have higher A1Cs and you start to have a lot of problems. Let's say that, when you get down to 5 though, instead of eating something that you're not supposed to eat, you go back to eating your low to medium GI foods, and then you're back on track. You go back into fat burning mode, and then you level out. So instead of having this like whoop, 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 where you look like you're a bad EKG rhythm for anyone who's in the medical field, we want it to be more stable. We want it to be more stable. The more we're stable, the more our sugar is stable, the less hangry we get, the less emotional we get, the less hormones we have coming in, and the more fat we start to burn, and the more efficient our body becomes. Any questions on that? Because I know that's like a slide and a half. Oh, let's talk about Julie's experience. So Julie's experience was, I'm not going to eat. So literally she starts her day out at 5. Because she's like, I'm not going to eat because I want to store those points. So she starts her day off at a 5. Already, she has no energy. She's exhausted. She's going to pick something probably that she's not supposed to eat, which is going to drive her, which is going to drive her up, spike her up. And then she's just going to be in this vicious cycle, or she's just going to stay in 5 all day long, which is not healthy, which is then going to continue to make her feel fatigued, continue to make her body just, gonna make her depressed, gonna make it so she can't sleep so good. Just so that way at the end of the week, she can eat something she's not supposed to jump up to that number 4 spot, to then fall down to, go ahead. So that's where Julie was at, right, Julie?
Oh, I'm sure. It's been a long time, but I'm sure it was.
Yeah, back in the day, a long time ago.
Yeah, that was pre-sun, so that would have been about 20 years ago.
So, I can't tell you how many times I see, like, even doctors write, eat less, move more, eat less, move more. Okay, I just want to slap them. I just want to slap them, because is nutrition and exercise enough? In today's day and age, our food doesn't have the same nutrients that the food that even our grandparents ate. We're not getting the same nutrients. So we are prone to having weight gain. We're prone to having inflation. How many of us share please if you are aware, how many of your grandparents or great grandparents had fibromyalgia, had rheumatoid arthritis? Yes, MS was around, but I bet it was pretty rare. Had chronic fatigue syndrome? No, they didn't have that, because their food that they ate and their lifestyle, because let's face it, they didn't have, like, if they had a television, it wasn't really worth sitting to watch, or it was a 1 hour episode that they watched like in the evening, or it was like the evening news. So their lifestyle was very active, and their nutrients in their food was very plentiful, whereas we do not have that. Then you add in stress, smoking, alcohol, poor dietary choices, the sun, the environment, pollution, oh my goodness, pharmaceutical medications, and even exercise can deplete your body of those nutrients. So like when you're exercising, you're burning B vitamins, you're burning magnesium. So that's something to be aware of. The recommended daily allowances, I think people, even when you look at a nutrition label or like your vitamins, it'll say, like a certain percentage of the recommended daily allowance. That is not optimal health. That's to avoid disease. So literally, you need this percentage to not get rickets of vitamin D. Today's fruits and vegetables, like I said, they're 59% less nutritious than even 40 years ago. And no wonder we're struggling with energy. No wonder our fitness is not where it needs to be. No wonder we're feeling the weight. So basically, supplementation now more than ever is a necessity being disguised as a luxury. And I'm just going to throw out a little plug there that if you can advocate with your leaders on, I think insurance companies should be paying for more for supplements and stuff like that. But that's just a little side take. So our family of supplements accelerates your results. You're going to find your fit by addressing your specific needs. Okay. So let's go through some of these supplements that we have. So first and foremost, we have the core fat and carb inhibitor. Now, anyone who may have been on a fat inhibitor in the past that maybe you got over the counter, you might have experienced what I like to call the in-out syndrome. It went in and it came out twice as fast when you were on those medications. That is not the case here. So it's going to help manage your hunger. It's going to help so that you're not absorbing all those carbohydrates. And yes, it is going to help you with your weight loss journey. Ironically enough, I had run out. I was like, I don't even know if I need this anymore. Lies, I told myself, lies. I am still on my journey. And yes, I do still need it, because I was like binging like a crazy woman. I was so hungry. We have the Thermochrome V6, which is going to give you energy and mental focus. It's going to basically put your body into a thermogenesis, and it's going to help suppress your appetite. We love green coffee with Garcinia cambogia, because that is going to help so that your body doesn't convert that sugar into fat, and that's going to help promote some healthy weight loss as well. The TLS CLA, this is a fan favorite of mine. It targets stubborn belly fat. It helps to reduce the percentage of body that you have in your fat while preserving the muscle. So again, do we want 5 pounds of fluff, or do we want to be solid? And I know I want to be solid. And so the TLS CLA is amazing. Love that product. The TLS X formula, I've seen this product literally work miracles. I've just introduced it into my world. So what this does is it really kind of helps you with stress related issues. This also helps you to sleep better at night too, just as a side note. Helps with healthy levels of cortisol, dopamine, serotonin, and it's going to help enhance and stabilize your mood. So if you feel like you are all over the place and you can't keep up with life, this is the one for you. Go ahead, Julie.
I just want to make sure, Kim, that with the axe that you did or are taking vitamin B.
Thank you, Miss Julie. She's always on me about that. So yes, vitamin B with your axe is like peanut butter and jelly.
Yes, absolutely.
So, and why is that, Miss Julie?
Because it helps absorb the TLS axe into your body, because the B will actually help absorb everything that is in the axe, so that you're actually getting better benefit out of it instead of just taking it by itself.
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. And honestly, like I said, you burn B vitamins so fast, so fast. So having B vitamins in your life is not a problem. And the best part is our B vitamins are methylated. What does that mean? That means you're going to actually absorb them. How many of you are having to go and get like shots of B vitamins? You don't need those shots with us, because our vitamins are formulated so that you can actually absorb them. I shouldn't say you won't need shots. I should say there's a high probability you won't need shots. Can't speak in absolutes here because everybody's different. And then we have the TLS Trim Tea and Trim Cafe. You mix this with water, or I love to take the Trim Cafe and put that right in with my chocolate milkshake. And it's like having me a nice little frappe every day. I love it. It's like my little secret sauce. And it's going to help curb your appetite and also promote your weight loss. And then Miss Megan has already kind of shared a little bit about our amazing nutrition shakes. And as she said, they really do fill you up. Megan, you want to share any more in regards to the nutrition shakes?
I will just have to say that every single one of them was delicious. I was obsessed with the cookies and cream for the first, like, that's when I first tried. And the chocolate one, what I just do with every one of them is that, I use my almond milk, my chocolate almond milk, and I make a smoothie, like you said. I also do the Trim Cafe. I add it to my cookies and cream and or the chocolate one. I've been doing strawberries and basically a mixed berry fruit and mangoes with the vanilla one, which is really good to do that. So I just have fun with it and just create new things. I just make it like it's almost like my own shake shop, so yeah. So just fresh vegetables, that's not vegetables, fresh fruits. And that's basically what I just add to it. And if I before my fruits go bad, I'll freeze them and from the freezer. So I use them for me and my birds. So we'll never run out of it. Yeah.
And I know some people, like, if they're how like your spinach gets to that point where it's gonna start getting slimy and you're like, ooh, they'll freeze their spinach and put that in their shakes too. If you're gonna do that, my own personal, kale, yes. My own personal opinion on that is you best have a good blender. I tried it in mine. I don't have a good blender. I just have like a little regular blender. And I could taste the consistency. So that's my only thing. Now, what I am going to say is look at this: 19 grams of protein, 10 grams of fiber, 22 vitamins and minerals. And we even have a complete green if you want to add in 13 more like vegetable servings. And we have a collagen if you want to add collagen into it. We have a Myco Adapt, which is a mushroom blend. Yeah, that you can add into there. And fun fact, like none of those are going to alter the taste of your amazing shake. Cool thing too is, what if you don't have a blender? That's okay. You just throw that puppy in a shaker bottle. I don't even use the shaker part. I don't even use a little metal ball in there. I just have ice. Shake that right up. It's so thick, so delicious. You can mix it with water. You can mix it with, I choose to use the unsweetened almond milk. I haven't found unsweetened chocolate. I've only found unsweetened vanilla. But I need to look at that again. But anyways, yes, delicious. Does not taste chalky.
Yeah, no,
Go ahead.
I just got some oat milk. So not goat, oat.
Yes.
So I'm eager to try that now.
Honestly, Julie, you could probably use goat milk too. So anyways, all of those would be great. Yes, I have used the oat milk. It does taste good. So that's great. And they're so thick and so delicious. And you can even use these to bake. I make pancakes. I make cakes. I make desserts with my nutrition shakes. So good. So good. So basically, we would love for you to be able to sample those shakes. If we were all together, we would. If you would like to try something, just let us know. We can get a little creative and send you out a little something, making sure that you have, like the labels and stuff to be able to take a look at stuff. And it all is going to start with a 7-day detox. Actually, I just finished my 7-day detox. And I lost, 7 pounds and I can't remember, I think 2 inches on my waist, and since I've lost another 1/2 inch on my waist. So who knew that weighing in and doing your measurements could be so exciting? Awesome. But it is. It is. And what do we give you for free? Yes, for free. We give you the menu plan. We give you a recipe book. And then basically you can then take the TLS weight loss profile to get your next meal plan and recipe book. So this is the fat shredder. And again, the meal plan, the recipe books, it's customizable. So basically you get to take the weight loss profile. It's going to tell you exactly what you need. What I'm going to say, I have lost 60 pounds, kept it off, was doing great, so proud, life is good. Really wanted to be able to introduce some healthy greens into my life. So I thought, I'm going to switch to the Sure and Steady. I did not listen to, when I took the weight loss profile again, I didn't listen to what it suggested. And I just went and did the Sure and Steady, and I had gained back about 40 pounds, still had kept, a good portion of that weight off. So it's this 40 pounds that I'm working on. The weight loss profile knows what you actually need based on the information you give it. So my takeaway is, let the weight loss profile do the work for you. And stick to the plan that it recommends, because as soon as I stopped the Sure and Steady, I've lost the inches. I'm losing inches. Like, I feel myself getting smaller, like the pants that were getting a little tighter now getting loose again. So it's very quickly going back, because that's what my body and how my body responds. And some of that is because I think Dr. D and the team has done such an amazing job at looking at, like, genetically what your body should need. And then asking the questions to get to that answer. And for me, I think genetically, I'm not supposed to have greens based on some different things in my life. So listen to the weight loss profile, do what it says, and contact the person who either sent you this video or who invited you to get the free weight loss profile. And if you want, we do have a sample of the Thermochrome V6 as well, if you want to give that a try. And so these are just some of the different processes we have, and we'll just very quickly go into some of our success stories, or a little bit before and afters. I'm just going to click through them so you can really see. These are 12 weeks. These are results that occurred in 12 weeks. Just 12 weeks. which I think is pretty amazing. So, like I said, contact the person, have them send you their specific link to do the weight loss profile. And we will get you on your way, and we will give you a gift for doing that, a free gift of the 12-week health guide and journal, which is like a $25 value for free for doing the profile. So contact the person again who invited you, and keep us in the loop. Let us know how you made out. Let us know what your experience was, and let us know how you feel. Anything to add, ladies? I know that was a lot.
I think you did great.
Yes, wonderful job, Kim.
It's because we have an amazing team.
Yes, we do. We do.
Excellent. All right, ladies. Well, I will get this uploaded to YouTube, and I'm going to get this sent out to you guys if all goes well. No promises, but last week was a success. Yay!
Yes.
All
It did
right,
cut off,
ladies.
just so you know, towards the end, it did stop the video, so only so much showed up. I watched it to see what happened, but yeah, I'm sorry. Don't turn it around, turn it upside down.
That's good to know. I don't know why it did that, but I will try to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
YouTube and we have a love-hate relationship on uploading videos. We'll just leave it at that.
I understand.
All right, ladies, thank you so much. I will hopefully have this up and ready for you guys so you can share it out to your friends and family. Oh, and just want to point out that if you're going to participate in the lose a pant size in 5 weeks, yes, 1 pant size in 5 weeks, you need to get your orders in ASAP. So make sure you contact us so that we can get you all set, do that weight loss profile, get your orders in so we can put you into the very well supported team that's going to be going on this journey with us. And we're all going to be looking good on the beach this year.
Nice. Love it.
All right, ladies.
And
Thank you.
in a national conference too.
Yes. And celebrating Julie's birthday in August.
Yes.
Oh, there we go.
All right, ladies. Have a good evening. Thanks for joining. Bye.
You have a good one, Kim. Good night, Megan.